be a power outage for Algoma Power customers on Tuesday, August 27th. The town of Echo Bay, Ojibwe Park, Sylvan Valley, Echo, McCarrolls, and Lonely Lakes will be affected, along with any side roads. The power will be out between 9 a.m. and noon for upgrade work and to repair a pole. On Monday, City Police and the RCMP arrested 27-year-old Dylan Marshall of Great Northern Road for uttering counterfeit money. Police say on 4 occasions the accused attended different businesses in the city and used a counterfeit Canadian $50 bill to make a purchase. 3 of the incidents took place on July 21st and the other on July 22nd. Marshall is charged with 4 counts of uttering counterfeit money and 3 counts of breach of recognizance. He was held for bail court.
Our Liberal colleagues had a chance to do the right thing and shine a little light on the SNC corruption scandal by inviting the Ethics Commissioner to develop a little context for that scathing report he tabled last week. Instead, they joined the Prime Minister in attempting this cover-up.
Liberal members of a parliamentary committee have blocked an opposition attempt to hear from Ethics Commissioner Mario Dion about his scathing report into Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's handling of the SNC-Lavalin affair. Only 1 of 6 Liberal MPs on the 10-member House of Commons Ethics Committee supported a Conservative motion yesterday to call Dion and possibly others to testify about that report.
I think it was really important for Canadians to hear from the Ethics Commissioner, because otherwise it's just Mr. Trudeau commanding the microphone in public opinion and saying that the Ethics Commissioner report is wrong. If he thinks it's wrong, then he should take it to the Federal Court of Appeal, because that is the appropriate path for this to go. But for him to say that it's wrong and then tell his committee members to shut down the entire process so we don't even hear from the Ethics Commissioner, we're just piling on one scandal after another, and this is really disappointing, and this is a complete abuse of an officer of the Parliament of Canada.
This is a partisan game. This is a partisan committee. They sent their most partisan, paint-peeling members. So I think we all know that on the eve of an election, this kind of partisan gamesmanship by the opposition is what it exactly appears to be.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says Canada will seek dialogue with China, but won't back down in its defense of Canadians. In a speech to the business community in Montreal, he called China an increasingly assertive global power. Trudeau says the federal government is closely monitoring the protest movement in Hong Kong, where there are 300,000 Canadian citizens. He also says the government is working to obtain the release of businessman Michael Spavor and former diplomat Michael Kovrig, who were detained in the Asian country. As On TV told you yesterday, Ontario has selected 42 operators who can apply to run the next wave of cannabis shops in the province, including one here in Sault Ste. Marie on Northern Avenue. But some analysts say the new stores still won't be enough to combat pot sold on the black market. The new stores, when approved, will more than double the number of marijuana outlets in the province. Applicants in the latest draw had to show they had secured retail space that could be used as a store if they were selected, and that they had enough capital, $250,000 on hand, to open it. Those selected now have until August 28th to pay licensing fees and provide a letter of credit for an additional $50,000 to the regulator. The latest lottery and the 8 on-reserve stores mean the number of pot shops in Ontario will eventually rise to 75, but some observers said that still isn't enough. A vice president at strategy firm Hill and Knowlton, who advises cannabis sector clients, Omar Khan, says what that means is that the small business person who's taken out a line of credit and put money down for the lease is facing some stiff competition from those who aren't necessarily following the legal framework. He added it seems quite unfair. David Wood is a lawyer specializing in the cannabis sector at the firm Borden Ladner Driva, and he said the lottery is another step towards fighting black market sources of cannabis. He added that part of addressing the stigma around pot will be opening more stores, making the product more readily available, and making it cheaper than illegal weed.